Hi, Michael. My name is Emil from Gate Institute, Bulgaria. We want to organize AEC Hackathon there, but we don't know why we should do it. We don't know how to invite people. We don't know what is the value. Can you tell us more about this? Who are you? Why? How do you benefit of this event?
Sure.
How is it different from the rest?
Sure. So just briefly, I'm Michael Ambjørn. I run an organization called PropTech Denmark. It's literally just here behind us, where we have a bunch of startups sitting with us. And we also have a number of very large members. And the reason why we lean into this event is in part because it's a way to party like 1999, because the hackathon concept actually is originally from the open source movement. The first one, I believe, was in 1999. And it's a great way to bring people together. In a previous life, I actually had a development team based in Sofia, Bulgaria. So I would like to basically say that there are some very progressive and forward-thinking developers in your hometown. And the reason why they should come along is really first and foremost because it's an opportunity to explore technologies. It's an opportunity to learn about key challenges, sometimes set by some of the partners. And indeed, we've provided a challenge for this hackathon here. The other thing that's actually ultimately the whole point of it is that it's a way of building relationships. Most of the things that we have on the table as urgent issues of the world, the 30, 40, maybe even 50% of CO2 that the built environment contributes, the need to switch to a circular life cycle, the challenge of indoor air quality, and all these things, they probably can't be solved completely in a weekend. But what you can do is you can spark some ideas, you can bring people together and you can inspire them to make progress on some of the challenges that they have. And now and again, something truly unique will come out of it. And that's what we know from innovation, right? We know that it is often out of basically happenstance, out of serendipity, right? Think of the Post-it notes as one example, right? Or Archimedes sinking into the bath and realizing basically that water displacing could equal the weight of something and so on, right? So there's lots of things to be done at an event like this. There's lots of people to meet and there's lots of things to learn and ultimately take away.
That's very interesting. It's about networking. It's about bringing people together. Yeah. It's about gaining knowledge, getting to learn something more. But how is this different than typical regular hackathons that we have in Bulgaria as well as other countries or other competition in the tech environment? What makes more different and more like valuable than the others?
What sometimes happens in hackathons is that you end up kind of in your own soup, so to speak, in your own silo. So you basically end up with a group of people who are just from one field. And yes. What's unique about the AEC Hackathon movement is that it combines architecture, engineering, and construction people. And that's incredibly important because the life cycle, which actually at the moment is more like a straight line and then into a landfill, the built environment is a great contributor to landfills actually. And as we make the shift to a circular model with that imperative behind us, we also need to break down silos. We need to talk across specialities. We need to be able to draw on the architects in new ways. We need to draw on the engineers in different ways. And ultimately, we need to involve the construction field much more. And what's also really important is that there are a set of different players at work here. Sometimes there are very large established organizations. It could be all the way from the pension funds who own large asset bases, all the way through to asset managers, facility managers, and so on. And within this, there's basically an undergrowth of startups, and some of them you will meet here. And in fact, we injected 2 of them into the tech talks that were here today, where they shared some of the insights that they've done with very large organizations. And the reason why that is important is because if you're going to change the built environment, you're going to need a little bit of the new with a lot of the old, right? Most of the buildings that will exist in 20, 30, 40, 50 years actually exist around us today. We can't solve everything through new builds. We actually will have to do a lot of refurbishment, retrofits, and basically updating and rethinking spaces, right? And actually, this is a great example. This is a relatively new building, but it's continually being reinvented and rethought how it's being used.
Thank you. I hope soon in Sofia we'll be part of this environment, of this community.
Pleasure.
Thank you once again.
Thank you.